Doon The Brae TV, joined tonight with the Gaffer, Michael Kennedy. Just catching up on some thoughts from Michael before going into Christmas break. It's been a few weeks since we last spoke to you, Mick. Given that we've not had any games for a number of reasons now, you just give us your thoughts on the little games that we've had so far this season.
It's been a reasonable start. Obviously, we've played 4, win 3, lost 1 against Conan. I think now the boys are starting to understand the level a wee bit. We've obviously seen that good recruitment in the summer, brought up down a number of boys we've seen at football. So and not having a proper pre-season to bed them in, I think it's been difficult. But I think the first few games of the season, now they've got to understand the level. We're starting to bed in a shape, and we're starting to understand the dynamics of want to play and stuff like that. So I'm reasonably happy. But listen, you know what I'm like, a wee bit of affection, so there's always room for improvement. But it's been a reasonable start so far.
Good. And just touching obviously on the few missed fixtures that we had, now leaves us obviously 3 games in hand to Clydebank and Troon. We're obviously meant to play Clydebank in one of those games in Meddock, which would obviously inevitably been a tough couple of games. Just how important was it getting these games played and obviously getting points on the board this early in the season?
That's the challenge for us, obviously, because we've now fell away behind a couple of games. Obviously we played Denver, who made the decision to pull the league as well, so that's put us another game behind those clubs. But ultimately they'd have been too demanding, challenging games. 2 teams that have started reasonably well, probably gained we would have rather had on, but unfortunately things out of our control prevented us from doing that. But it's games we look forward to during the season. Probably the time we play them, we'll probably maybe midway through the season, the league will be a bit more settled and bedded in. But I think no matter what, I think they'll be 2 of the most challenging games across the season.
Aye, good. And I know we've obviously got the likes of Cameron Eady, Willie Robertson and skipper Daryl Meggett all out with injury. And defensively, obviously 3 massive players each week. What's the latest with these guys?
Willie's still out for another couple of weeks. Cammy's another couple of weeks away as well. Meggett should be back hopefully this weekend. So he done a bit of training on Monday. Back in there, a wee bit of training tonight. So hopefully they're back for Saturday. Listen, massive losses. 3 players who are an integral part of the club. A wee bit last season, early on we picked up a number of injuries. So, but I say they're massive losses, but hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll be back. But listen, we've got a strong squad for the quality, so it's something I'm sure we can manage and navigate, but the sooner they're back the better.
Aye, good. Obviously this week it was good to finally for Darwell obviously get our full SFA licensing audit. After 6 months of really hard work for everyone involved at the club. This just leaves obviously the erection of floodlights to be installed in the early part of January. Can you tell us what is the next set of steps for Darwell, both in terms of the infrastructure and the football?
So ultimately, it's the most important thing next is getting the floodlights in place, and then obviously getting hopefully a licence approved come the February deadline. So I think that's the most important, it's the most significant bit of infrastructure that's left. Then there's other works we're looking at in terms of doing in the summer again to improve the environment down at the club. But what I would say is that I think during these times it's a remarkable achievement by the committee and John to get a licence in place. It's taken a lot of investment, a lot of time, everybody, to put the process in place, put the infrastructure in place, and the sort of I came into the club nearly 18 months ago and I get to come, but I've been near just in charge at about 14 months. The pace and the growth has moved, it is significant, it's absolutely astonishing. To be fair, I think it's a great achievement for the club and the community that at some point in the near to distant future that they'll have a licensed club playing in Darvo. It's a fantastic for the club and it says the community.
Very good. So looking ahead to Sunday then, and good obviously you've mentioned there that Darryl will be back fit. Troon have obviously come out the traps well and sitting joint top at the minute with the Bankies. What's your thoughts going into the game, and have you been watching any of the highlights back over and over?
Aye, so I've watched them in the last couple of weeks to be fair. They've had a good start, young squad full of legs and energy, a wee bit of experience in there with Ryan and stuff like that, but they've had a really good start to be fair. Good core of boys, experience playing at this level. It'll be a challenging game for us, I have no absolute doubt about that. You don't start that way in this league if you've not got something about you, so I think it'll be a really difficult game. A game I think that we need to go and try and win, be positive in, and I'm sure Troon will be looking to do the exact same. So I'm looking forward to it, as I'm sure Troon are as well with the start they've had.
Aye, well here's hoping it should be a good tie. So finally, Mick, it's obviously been a tough year on everybody. We're not at the woods yet regarding this global pandemic. Club's obviously taking the decision to start the season ultimately without fans. What would your message be to our supporters during these times that obviously can't get to games due to the current restrictions?
Listen, it was a difficult decision for the club to play on both without the fans being there. I think since I've settled into the club, the community and the fans have been an integral part of what we've achieved. when we were trying to bring in new players in the summer, I spoke highly about how connected we were to the community, how important the fans were, how much they'd backed us in the last 12 months since I've been there. And it's been hard not to have them there. It's been a bit unusual, it's been a wee bit surreal at times, and I'm sure that's for every club at our level, every fan base, every community is an integral part of football at our level of football. So you see, they've been sorely missed. I myself had built a really good relationship with them, but we felt that it was important that the club was in a really strong position. We wanted to ensure we had a licence in place this year. We felt it was important to play, and we're confident that when we come out on the end of this, the club will be in a stronger position than it started, and I think that's a testament to the committee. But there's an absolute shadow of doubt, the sooner we can get them back in the ground, gain us their support, then the better, because I say they're sorely missed. And everything we do at the club, whether it's the committee, whether it's me, whatever we do, everything we do is focused to make sure that the club's a better place for the community. That's always been my thoughts in terms of how we had to take the club forward. It's certainly the committee's thoughts, and that's something we'll work together and strive to do in the next few months. By the time they come back, as I said, the club will be in a stronger position after the park, and hopefully then collectively together we're on an exciting journey in the next few years together that they'll play a significant part of leading.
Aye, excellent. And lastly, I suppose in everybody's mind, obviously coming up to Christmas and Friday, is it true you have a black rooster for your Christmas dinner, or is it just a traditional turkey with all the trimmings?
Peri turkey. So looking forward to it, to be fair, looking forward to spend some time with family. I don't get much opportunity because we're busy, we have businesses and football, but we'll look forward to it. The boys are looking forward to it as well. We've been working hard during the period, early next few weeks as well, to make sure we're prepared properly for the games coming forward. And just like to say at this point as well that all the Davil fans, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Hope you have a lovely time with your family, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Brilliant.
Okay, thanks. And so on behalf of everybody, then hope you have a lovely Christmas as well with your family, and we'll look forward to seeing Sunday, hopefully 3 points. Thanks for that, Nick. Cheers.